Howdy all and welcome to Lac's Lives. I'm Lacander and this is Lac Plays Minecraft. Alright, I guess I should have started over in this other area. I did a little bit more work over here by the warehouses. They're a little plain. Um, they definitely need something. I don't know. I guess they're just big empty buildings to put stuff in anyways. You saw me do this one, part of this one. I tried to decorate this up a little bit. I'm not sure I really like the wood and brick now that I have it done. I kind of like this one, but I think I should replace the cobble with the stone brick. Maybe not on the side. I do like it on the side, but with the wood, it looks better with, whoops, fell in the water. It looks better with with just the stone brick, maybe on the front there. I don't know. I kind of like the way this looks. I put in some moss stone, just a couple pieces on this side, but I filled these in, because it's kind of a swampy area, so, it's got a little lichen on it, or whatever it is that grows on stone. Moss, I guess, since it's called mossy stone. And this was just a little wood one that I threw together using spruce and oak. And then, oh, I still need to look at those planks just hanging in midair back here. I wonder if I can reach those easily. Stay on this lily pad. Oh yeah, I get them. Get those out of there. I guess I might as well collect them. I can use them later. And then last, I said I wanted to put in like a little fishing shack lean-to kind of thing, so I built that as well. Oh look, I still got my stairway to get on top of the roof back here. Let me collect those, if I can. I've kind of got a full inventory, as always. Why do I have plain potatoes? I'm just going to throw those out. I must have harvested potatoes when I was back at home getting stuff. So this was just spruce and oaks just at the end here. I kind of like this. This turned out pretty nice. I threw in a little boat, pulled up on shore here. And then this is supposed to be a barrel, but I don't think I like the way it looks, so I'm just going to take that out of there. But I did like the way the boat turned out. It's just a couple of stairs and a slab in the middle. And those are signs on the sides to make the sides. But it looks like a little rough fishing boat. Just push it out and do some fishing. So I did like how that turned out. I need to get some materials, do a little more decorating on those, I believe. Some shelves inside and, some supplies. I wish this was, well, I don't wish this was Feed the Beast, but I wish this, we had some, I guess I could just put some chests. Chests would work. I should make up some chests. I like how I can sneak past those skeletons and they're standing like 5 feet away here. And now they're gonna take damage from the sun. Look at them running for the shade. Give me your arrows. No, I didn't say shoot me. I said get on my guard tower. Give me your arrows. Alright. And then I started work on our monument. I told you I was going to do one up here. And I tried it with brick. I didn't like the way it looked with brick. I need to get some stone slabs here. So I went and got some clay. Well, I had the clay. But I went and collected the clay blocks I had already fired. Whoops. And dyed them red. And so this is going to be our fox. And so we're actually going to do this a couple of times here. Well, the fox will be done on every side. This is just going to be a 3D monument here. Come on, get on there. Or maybe I'll come up with some other symbol I want on the opposite sides here. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. But it's going to be red. And then whatever color I determined for the front. I'm gonna have to make some more of these clay blocks. This is the first time I've ever used these clay blocks, right? No. I used them on my, my lighthouse, and they're supposed to be blue, but they came out purple. But I made a bunch of red dye from roses and, you know, brought back all these hardened clay blocks. I need to go get a bunch of clay because I'm going to want to use these to build some of the buildings. And it takes a lot of clay to make this stuff. Clay will be pretty... Well, not pretty. Clay will be easier to come by in the next update. I was playing around with the... I was playing around with the 1.7 patch today. And, man, the new biomes are awesome. I didn't even realize how much it changed until I was watching a video after I had finished filming mine that went into a little more detail about some of the changes that had been made. Whoops. That's like the 18th time I've fallen off of stuff today. Come on. Nope. I'm not getting up on that side. How about this side? Why does that make a difference? They're the same height. But so that's what I did was I measured out how many blocks I thought it would take to rebuild this gray fox head, and did it up here. Now I just about lost my red here. Now what do I want to put it on the face with? Well, first off, let's dump out some of these supplies, so I got some more room in here. I wonder... I don't have any ink sacks with me here. Where's a squid when you need one? I got all this water and no squid. Shut up, sheep. I need to go shear a bunch of sheep, too. I'm going to actually need a bunch of wool for the next part. Speaking of the next part, the next part of the Dishonored DLC is we talked about Dishonored, we talked about the Knife of Dunwall, and so the second part of the Knife of Dunwall story was called the Brigmore Witches, which may be kind of a spoiler. Seriously, where's the squid? I need some ink. Maybe squid don't spawn in swamps? There's one. And actually there's a whole bunch. Uh-oh. I am getting low on armor again. So Brigmore Witches was the sequel to... Did you see all those zombies way down there? Was the sequel to the Knife of Dunwall. It's a... Alright. Chunks, could we load in so I can figure out where these squid are? Thank you. And, not a sequel. That's not exactly right. It was a continuation of The Knife of Dunwall. And so, spoiler alert, you figure out in The Knife of Dunwall, you know, I'm pretty sure that this is... Yes. I know where I'm at, and so I knew there should be more land here. I don't think one of these is going to be enough. I need some more squid. We saw all those squid spawn in, and now I can't find any. But in the first one, you have to hunt down who Delilah is, and you find out that she's the mistress, or she was poor. She became the mistress of this rich guy. And so when you go to check the rich guy, you find out that she's a really powerful witch. And, that she had gotten what she wanted from the old guy and then left him. And her statue tells you that you need to stop looking for her, which of course you don't. And so the witches or the Brigmore witches is you trying to get to her. And because one of the story points in Dishonored is that the city is experiencing a plague, and so the whole city's been basically quarantined, and you can't get outside the quarantine legally to go to Brigmore, which is an estate upriver from Dunwall. And so you need a smuggler to smuggle you up. Whoa. To smuggle you up river. And the smuggler you know happens to have been imprisoned. So back into Dunwall Prison, which is where Dishonored starts, you go. And so it's changed a little bit. They've shut some stuff down. They've locked off some sections of the prison. And so you go in there and you have to rescue the woman who's the captain of the ship you want, and then you rescue her, and then of course our ship's been taken over, and then you know, so you're like, oh, all right, your ship's been taken over, help you get your ship back, and then she takes you to the Brigmore estate, and then you have to face off against Delilah and her ilk, her kin, whatever they are. And yeah, it was ooh, this is really dark. I was expecting it to be gray. Okay, and now on my screen it looks brown. On my hotbar it looks black. Okay, and so what this should look like is brick here, brick, 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 brick. I can't count, apparently. Wow, that did not turn out the way I expected. I actually need this whole thing to be one more, which is fine. But I'm gonna have to tear this all out now. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was it actually fits better if I have to tear it down. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy with the fact that my area between sections here was 9, and I thought the size was 8, because apparently I can't count. So I'm actually kind of happy this is not working out the way I need it to. I guess this all needs to come out here too. Oh, that didn't need to come out though. But yeah, it uses the same skills and stuff from the first one, or from A Knife of Dunwall, not Dishonored. And you play Dowd again, and you was able to load in your saved game, so I used all my stuff from my previous play. Knife of Dunwall started at the same level, kind of thing. Although of course, starting at the same level means that I didn't have anything to spend my points on, like the whole witches of our Brigmore witches. And But yeah, it was pretty cool. Had a pretty cool ending. I did the non-lethal route, although I'm pretty sure I screwed up the end of the game, but still managed to do the non-lethal. And it's pretty fun DLC. So if you have Dishonored and you haven't bought Knife of Dunwall, check it out. And if you don't have Dishonored, but you play RPG, first-person RPGs like Fallout or Skyrim, and you like a stealth kind of game, definitely check out Dishonored. And I'm assuming Thief is going to be a similar game, since Dishonored reminds me a lot of the old Thief games, and they're having a new remake. Comes out this fall. I'm kind of excited for. I actually went and bought the old ones off Steam during the Steam summer sale, so I could play through them again. Those are really good too. Although, of course, they're old, and so the graphics are really dated. But the gameplay is still pretty spot on. A little twitchy for my taste. It definitely shows its age. But, you know, I think the first game probably came out in the 90s, or at least the very early 2000s. Alright. I have to go get some more stone. Why is the music so loud? I'm like being overwhelmed here. Shush. Up at my... No, I think brightness 50 is where it's at. You know what? What happened today was the... I updated one of my profiles, and it must have reset my sound settings. Because like I said, I updated not the server here, because there's still some issues. Apparently witch huts disappear, and the biomes don't match together very well from 1.6 to 1. Well, they seriously have redone... Okay, this music has got to go. Shh! You're so loud. I mean, it's probably not that loud, but it sure sounds loud. But the biomes are all brand new. I didn't realize it when I was doing my recording, so if you want to check it out, I actually have posted Lac Looks episode 6, I think. Should be 6 going up, and that's Lac Looks at Minecraft 1.7, and it's like it's like 13 week 26, because that's how they do their patches. They label year, the week of the year, and then which patch for the week it is. So I was playing 13.26a. Apparently 13.26b is out now, because one of the biomes wasn't loading correctly. I saw pictures of it. It was pretty funny. It was like completely empty. So there'd be like a river, and then there'd be sand along the river, and then everything where the biome was supposed to be was just empty ground down to stone. Which made me laugh. I think 16's enough. I can't imagine 16 is enough. I'm probably going to need more clay. Oh yeah, 16's not going to be enough. What was I thinking? Almost though. What do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, I just need one more ring of red clay. So I need 8 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But the biomes are all brand new, and probably the coolest thing to me that they've done is, I mean, regarding the biomes, is that they've given the game regions, and so instead of, okay, now you've got to come down, and I don't think I like this dark brown clay. I thought it would be more gray. So I'm most definitely not keeping this. But I at least want to put the symbol up on the wall here to see what it looks like if I like it. Alright, and then, whoops. And then we come in. Oh, but see, 9 throws me off. This has actually got to be one more. Dang it. Otherwise, it's not going to look like a wolf. It's going to look like or a fox. It's going to look like, I don't know what. A heart. But if I do a different symbol on the back, then that'll be okay. And, whoops. And, I also thought about doing like these are gray on red. And so I thought about switching this to be red on gray, to make it more fox and less wolf. So maybe I'll switch that out. Let me go get some... Is it calla lily? Do I have any of that here? I thought I might have some of that. Bone meal do it. I think you can dye this hardened clay with bone meal. Ooh. Wow, that is not the color I want, but I want to see what it looks like. I need to just break down and get all the colors. That is pink? Yeah. Or flesh toned maybe. It is weird looking. So there's a block of bone meal. That's not what I was after. What do I got in here? I guess I need to just look up what makes what colors. I'm pretty sure that the flower, the white flower, which I don't seem to have any here. Did I pick that up? Nope. Let me ride back to my house and see if I've got some. Man, I didn't get very far today. I wanted to get that fox head up there, and that totally didn't work. So, I'll, at least you got the idea. And then on top, I'm probably going to layer it up one more box on top to make kind of like a tower in town. And, or, you know, make that into a tower. And then on top, I want to do a big fox flag waving in the wind made out of come on, made out of wool. I also went through and changed the road from being right angles to being curves. And thought that that might look a little better. I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause here, and I'm going to look up the colors and what makes them, and then we'll just lay out the different colors of clay block and look at them. Be right back. Alright, so this is what I have done. I have done all the colors, and the two that aren't colored, just so we can see what they look like. So this is clay. That's just straight up clay block, 4 pieces of clay. This is 4 pieces of clay cooked in an oven called hardened clay. And then the colors are in primary, secondary, and tertiary colors. So if you take roses, you get red, so that's red stained. If you take yellow flowers, you get yellow stained. If you take lapis, you get blue stained, which sure looks like purple to me. If you take cactuses and cook them in the oven, you get cactus green, and that gives you the green stained. Black stained is ink sacs from the squids, which just looks like dark brown. White stained, which is bone meal, gets you flesh colored. And then cocoa beans give you brown, which actually looks brown. But so we got dark brown, light brown. So that's no stains and the primary colors. And then I gotta switch out. I guess that was a lot of extra clicking, maybe. Alright. So this one is the orange. This is done by mixing red and yellow. So you need the rose red and the dandelion yellow colors. And that gives you orange stained clay. And then cyan is the lapis and cactus greens mixed. And then purple is actually the red and lapis mixed. Gray stained clay is the ink sac and the bone meal. So these two here together, which is just another color of brown. So there's a lot of colors of brown. Light blue stained clay is lapis plus bone meal. I'll just stick that one in there. And then pink clay. Pink stained clay is made by doing rose red and bone meal. So rose red and bone meal gives you pink. And then lime is cactus green and bone meal. And that gives you lime. And then we got 2 more colors, which I'll just stick on the end here. Magenta is purple. So it's one of the secondary colors, purple. Or maybe this one was purple. I don't remember at this point. Purple mixed with rose red. No, purple mixed with pink. So 2 tertiary colors, purple and pink mixed together, gives you magenta, which actually looks more pink to me than the pink. Maybe not. And then light gray stained. So yeah, so those are our colors of clay blocks that we have to work with. I should have got a bunch of wool, so I could have stained the wool too. And I'm thinking the cyan. The cyan clay is what I want to go with because it looks the most gray to me. Even though cyan is this color here, cyan. What I should do is, like I said, I'll go and get some wool maybe for next time if I remember, and I'll get the colors all mixed up again, and then I'll lay out the clay blocks with their colors. Whoops, I wanted the cyan ones. Where'd it go? Cyan. And then that way I can lay the... I'll lay the wool with it so we can compare what it looks like with the wool to what it... Oh, no, I probably don't want that in there. What it looks like with the clay. Because what the clay is doing is, once you cook it, it becomes this brown color. And so it's actually taking the color, it looks like to me, and applying it to this brown color. So you don't get true colors, necessarily. Although I wouldn't think blue and brown would give me this color of purple. Alright. I know we didn't get very far. I'm going to switch these backings around. I'd like this to be gray, and then this in the red because it's supposed to be a fox. I'm going to expand the size out one more block. I'd like a space on either side, so I either need to go out one or in one. I'll have to figure out what I want to do for another symbol. And I'll probably just get the one side done and then do the fox on the other side, and then we'll finish it off next episode. So click like if you like, subscribe to be sure and catch the next one, and I will talk to you later.